Good morning, ladies and gents. Boy, it feels like it has been quite a while since I have made a video because I've been on a bit of a hiatus from filming. You guys may not have been able to tell because I scheduled some videos out, but I am back, and as you can see, I've got a whole bunch of stuff to show you. All this stuff up here is cool vintage items, mostly hats that I got from helping my grandma clean out her attic. And then all this down here is video game stuff that I got from Switch Lite trades. So I'm gonna unpack all of this, show you guys everything that I got, and then we'll round out the day by going over what has sold for me over the weekend on eBay and Amazon. Alrighty, so getting started here with this box, the first thing that we have is this super cool vintage Gatorade towel. I don't think we're actually going to sell this. I think we're gonna keep it because it just looks so cool. In fact, why don't I open it up here? Oh yeah, that is a really cool towel. Let me know what you guys would do if you found this in a dusty attic. Would you keep it? Would you sell it? And then I think pretty much the rest of this box is hats. I'm gonna try to go pretty quick through these because I don't want it to get too redundant. We've got this Bud Light kind of Tiger King hat there. Cowboys champions, and a lot of these, as you can see, still have the tags on them, which is super sweet. NBA World Champions, the Rockets 94, that was my birth year, that's kind of cool. Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl Champions hat. The Masters, this is a good bolo for you guys. I pick up pretty much anything with Masters or golf branding on it because it tends to do well. Green Bay Super Bowl Champions. This is a little bit dusty, but it does still have the tags. I love anything with large lettering and especially obnoxious colors like this. I wonder if this was maybe like in Louisiana or something like that. But yeah, super cool looking hat there. Ooh, Jordan Pippen with the tags. This is going to be a hot seller right now with the documentary that just came out. My grandpa was a huge hat collector, as you guys can probably see, so that's where all of these came from. A lot of them are from sort of the late 80s, early 90s. Parsons. This one, I just liked the color of the hat. I have no idea what the company Parsons is, but actually, complete custom manufacturing. Chicago Bulls, let's go. Got the California Angels. I sold a hat similar to this for like 30 to 40 pretty recently, so that's pretty nice. Another new with tags champions hat, the Broncos. Got the Yankees champs, Seattle Sonics, Wilson Staff. I think this was before the company was just shortened to Wilson, so that's kind of cool. Gatorade Thirst Quencher. I sold one of these for, I think, in the 25 to 35 range. And this is really cool. I believe, I can't remember if it's the corduroy or not, but I believe this is the Griswold hat. This Bears script from like the early 90s is what he wore in Christmas Vacation. So this hat, or the one like it that's not corduroy, like I said, I can't remember which one it is, goes for 50 bucks. And the other one still goes for like 35 or 40. So keep an eye out for this because we got Chicago Cubs, Atlanta Olympics, NBA World Champs, Rockets again, Stanley Cup, St. Louis Cardinals, Yankees, a few doubles in here, which is not bad at all. I like duplicate listings. NBC Sports, I've sold one of these for 30 bucks before as well that I got at a garage sale. Duke Blue Devils. And it looks like another Olympics hat. Love seeing them new in the plastic like this as well. This is just about the best case scenario. You got tags, you got plastic. It looks pretty much like it did on day one, which is what collectors love more than anything. And this is a Bulls championship hat. Then we've got a floral Bud Light hat. I don't think my Bud Lights have sold super well from the last time I had a vintage haul like this. So we'll see how well that one does. Vlasic, that's the other thing I go for beyond just sports when it comes to vintage. Big recognizable brands like this will sometimes have a little bit of traction as well. Corduroy Fighting Illini hat. Then in this last stack here, we've got Cat, which is a tractor brand. Some sort of a national games. I don't actually know what that is. Ooh, wow, check out that like shiny Gatorade. That's kind of a cool design. Chicago Bears again. We got, I don't know what that is. This is honestly kind of dirty. I'll probably just pitch this one. And the Illini Rose Bowl. So with pretty much all of these hats, I'm assuming that I can get at least like minimum $12 with free shipping. On hats, since they're first class, I do always do free shipping on them. And then some of them might go up to like 40 or 50 bucks depending on the branding, the team, the design, the historical significance, and all that. Got another box of hats and stuff here, but I'm gonna save that for a little later so we can mix it up a little bit. This I'm really excited about. This was a Wii bundle that I traded for a Switch Lite that ended up being a really good deal. I think I'll end up making around $220 in profit on this whole bundle, and I'll show you guys what all it includes. So the first thing is we've got 2 huge stacks of Wii games, which are really hot right now. These are all of just the filler titles. Boom Blocks, Redneck, Just Dance. These aren't worth anything on their own, but I'm gonna lot them up on eBay and they should sell pretty well like that. The other thing that you can do with stuff like this is put it like in your trade-in pile and give it to game stores. But with how well Wii stuff is doing right now, I'm going to lot these up on eBay and it should do pretty well. Then this is the stack of non-filler games. These are all worth selling individually on Amazon. I'll read them off quickly for you here. We've got Dragon Ball 2 and also Pokemon Battle Revolution. Those were both in here. The bad thing about this lot was that none of them were complete. For some reason, even the games that do have their case don't have their manual, and I just can't get my head around that, but whatever. We got Kirby's Epic Yarn. That's only worth about like 12 or 15 bucks. We've got Zelda Twilight Princess, Donkey Kong Returns, one of the best ones of the bundle, Mario Kart for the Wii. We've got Super Mario Galaxy. That one's selling for like, I think in the $20 range now. Kirby's Return to Dreamland. I just sold one of these for like 30 bucks. Oh, here's the copy of Pokemon Battle Revolution. That one was less valuable than I thought. I think it's only like 15 bucks or so. We got Mario Strikers for the Wii. Unfortunately, not the GameCube version, which is worth a lot more, but still probably in the $15 or $20 range. Smash Bros. Brawl, slightly inflated right now. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games. This is one series that I will always scan or look up or whatever when I'm out in the wild. Some of the games really aren't worth that much, but some of them, like, for example, I think Rio, actually are worth a surprising amount because they're not all that common. This lot also had one random GameCube game, just loose, Simpsons Road Rage, so pretty happy about that. That's like a $20 to $25 game before fees and stuff. Then we have Mario Galaxy 2, which is a little more valuable. I've been selling that for around $35. And finally, last but not least, we have Super Mario Bros. For the Wii. That's a solid $25 game or so. And then after all that, we've got the Wii system, nice and complete, along with 3, you probably can't see it, 3 Wii remotes and 2 nunchucks. So having those extra accessories really sweetens the deal, especially now for how much those are selling for on their own. So I was really happy with all this. I had $210 into the Switch Lite after taxes and everything. And to pick all of this up, it's worth around like $430, $440. Is just really solid. All right, so this item is definitely not one of the most profitable that I picked up, but it is maybe the one that I'm most excited about. It is the Pokemon Sword and Shield Special Edition Switch Lite. This is actually the only Special Edition Switch Lite that they have released so far. Picked it up for 200 bucks, so paid full retail for this, and it is used, but it has the box and charger and everything. The price on this is currently at 300 bucks. I'm gonna hold on to this for a while and see what the price does, because I'm just kind of curious for my own knowledge. Who knows, maybe it'll end up just becoming a collection piece, I'm not sure. But either way, to pick up something like this at retail price long after it's been pulled from store shelves, or I mean supply has run out, I just think that is pretty fortunate. Then we've got my second Switch Lite deal here. This was a handheld deal, a whole bunch of 3DS stuff, which I really like doing because handhelds are just super easy to test and ship and list and everything. So we actually have 2 of these new 3DS XLs, and these are inflated right now. So after fees, I should be able to get close to 150 bucks a piece for these. They have the charger, but they don't have the stylus. So, and this is like the only stylus that I'm currently out of. So I'm waiting on a few of those to come in from eBay before I sell that on Amazon. The bundle also came with a DS Lite, the dark blue version. Also does not have a stylus, but does have the charger, and I have plenty of these on hand, so I can list this really quick. Should be able to get around 50 bucks after fees for that. Then they also threw in a Game Boy Advance, same thing. I should be able to get around 40 or 50 for this. It's in pretty nice shape, honestly, for its age. And then I had a whole bunch of DS and 3DS games with this lot. The only ones that had their cases, and I don't think any have the manual, are Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon, that's a good one. Sonic Racing, that's not the best one. And Yoshi's New Island, or is that, yeah, Yoshi's New Island. All right, then we've got a ton of loose games here, a couple of Lego games along with Kirby Battle Royale in this little case. Then we've got Gotham, Batman Gotham Blackgate, Lego Ninjago, Mario 3D Land, Smash Bros. For the DS, Pokemon Rumble World. If anyone has played Pokemon Rumble before, I never have. Let me know if it's any good. Kung Fu Panda and Star Wars Angry Birds. Then we've got Zelda and the Phantom Hourglass on the DS. That's a solid like $20+ game, I'd say. Then also on the DS, we got a couple Professor Layton games along with Big Brain Academy. And last but not least, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. That is not as valuable as Luigi's Mansion 2 on the 3DS, but I'll take it anyway. And finally, Mario Kart 7. Then we got another box of vintage hats. I'm just gonna hit the highlights from this one. So we've got these vintage Ray-Ban sunglasses with the case. That was a really cool find. They do have a little bit of corroding on the bottom here, but you know, I'll take good pictures and everything. I've never sold something like this before, so I'm kind of excited to see what it ends up going for. Got a large Bear and Son cutlery knife, which I'm excited about because vintage knives have done well for me. Then some of the coolest hats here were this White Sox and Chicago Cubs reversible hat. Have you ever seen something like this? I mean, it's a Cubs hat, but then, oh, wait a second. That blows my mind even just seeing that on camera. That's crazy. From the 1992 Gatorade Windy City Classic. Then we got this one, Bonaventure. I've never heard of this company, but I thought that this like checkered purple and pink and blue was just like fantastic 80s colorway. So I'm probably, actually, I think that might deserve to be switched out here. Then last but not least, we've got this sweet University of Kentucky, my alma mater, huge reflective like trucker kind of cap here. I just thought this was super cool. I'll probably break this out on game days. Then last but not least here, we've got the mother box. This thing you probably can't see is huge, and it may actually be easier to show top down, so I think I'm gonna do that. So here is the big box of goodness. This was an incredible deal, definitely the best one that I've made for a Switch Lite so far. But before I talk about that, I want to talk about this, which is probably my worst Switch Lite deal. I don't think I'll lose money on it, but it was for this Wii, which I liked because it did come with Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort, which are fantastic games to get right now. Has this Wii Remote with no back. I have plenty backs to replace it, but it does have somewhere, yeah, it's got a chip on it there, so I definitely can't sell it in very good condition. It did come with this GameCube, which has the hookups and a really nice controller, and it has Wind Waker as well. That's disc only. And also a DS Lite and a couple of miscellaneous Wii games. So I'll get my money back from the Switch Lite with this, the game, and the DS Lite. But as far as profit goes, I don't know if Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort plus a acceptable condition Wii and a couple of junk games, Armageddon will sell for something, but I just don't know if that's really worth it in terms of a margin, so just wanted to share that with you guys. I think I got caught up in the heat of the deal a little bit on this one, so definitely not my best deal. This, on the other hand, is my best deal. I traded a Switch Lite along with 2 solid games. I think it was Mario Kart along with, unfortunately, Luigi's Mansion 3 for the Switch, which is unfortunate for me because I was planning on keeping that for the collection because I don't have it yet, but this deal was too good to pass up. So, I guess I'll just dive into it here. We've got a bunch of solid GameCube games, or some solid ones and some kind of meh ones. Luigi's Mansion is a highlight. Metroid Prime is decent. Then we got an actual good copy of Wind Waker. I think the sad thing is all these games also don't have their manual, so still nothing that I can sell in very good condition in this box. Well, I probably will for some of the cartridges, because on cartridges, and you guys can let me know if this is something that, whoa, almost dropped the camera there. You guys can let me know if this is something that you guys do as well. But for me, if a cartridge looks really good, cleans up really well, it has a great label and everything, I'll oftentimes list it as very good condition, even though it doesn't have the box and manual, because I don't think that anybody on Amazon is realistically expecting to get the box and manual with a cartridge game. That's just how I do it. I don't think it's technically within Amazon's policies, so let me know if that's something that you guys do as well. I'd like to hear some feedback from you guys on that. But all that aside, I also got in this lot, I just need to take all this out and show you guys. So here's a better view of the deal. Don't mind this stuff. This is all what I've talked about already. But it came with a GameCube with a terrible controller. But a GameCube nonetheless with a couple memory cards. These are the GameCube games that I'm just going to lot up. They're not really worth selling on their own. Those are the good ones that I talked about. Some PSP games, which I think are only worth about 25 bucks combined after fees. Then we've got some solid SNES games here. The big winner here, which really surprised me, is Batman and Robin. This sells for about $75, and it's in really good shape. That's eBay prices, because Amazon, I just couldn't really tell. It seemed kind of inflated. But yeah, $75 SNES game right here. We've got the Super Nintendo. It does have the cords, but no controller, which is fine because I have some extras. Nintendo 64 here with the expansion pack. Really nice, and a pretty solid controller. Good joystick. Then we've got a PSP, which did not have a charger, so I've got one of those ordered and coming in the mail. Then just some miscellaneous kind of junky Nintendo 64 games here. And then, because I couldn't fit them on the table, these are the rest of the N64 games. Some highlights are going to be Pokemon Stadium, 007, Kazooie, Pokemon Snap, that's a great game. Mario 64 is doing really well right now. I think maybe Blitz is fairly valuable. Zelda, Donkey Kong, and my personal favorite, Tigger's Honey Hunt on the 64. That's going to be in addition to the Winnie the Pooh game collection. And yeah, pretty stoked about that. I really, boy, if they ever made a Winnie the Pooh game on the Switch, I would be a happy man. I am probably the only adult in history who has said that sentence. But yeah, $300, maybe a little bit more dollars invested in trade into this lot, and it's worth around $900 all said and done. Fairly conservatively. I didn't factor in like the junky kind of lot up games into that at all. But yeah, guys, when it comes to the Switch Lite trade game, the opportunity is real. I'm telling you, like, I've been posting this stuff on Instagram. I have people tagging me saying, hey, I did the same thing. I got this really solid deal. Like, this stuff is happening. Switch Lites are available on shelves, like, pretty commonly now at this point, or if not that, then online. So if you guys see some on the shelves or in stock online, it may be worth picking up one or two and trying it out, because stuff like this, you have to sift through a whole bunch of baloney, because buyers on Facebook Marketplace are not the best, but you can come away with lots like this, and it makes it all worth it. Alrighty, so I'm in the shed pulling some orders now. The first thing that sold was this Ninja Auto IQ blender base. This I actually, my parents were gonna throw it away because the top part of it, the like, what's that called? I don't know what it's called. The container plastic thing broke on it. And I was like, well, maybe the base is worth something. And that sold for 40 bucks plus shipping. So I'm happy about that. Then also on Amazon, I sold a whole bunch of these. I think I sold 5. They're called Pick Me Pops. I just listed these on Friday and 5 of them sold. I think I paid $6 a piece from a local connection of mine. And they're selling for $23 before shipping and fees. So should be a solid more than double up on those. They'll go first class pretty easily. Then I sold a couple of Stratego board games. This is another good niche to be listing if you have any. These are both new. I paid $10 a piece for them from a local guy, and they sold for $23 plus shipping each. I'm slowly but surely clearing out the comics from that bulk buy. This lot of 6 Battle Books comics sold for $12 plus shipping. Paid $10 for this Star Wars puzzle retail arbitrage, and it just sold for $48 plus shipping. So pretty crazy margins to get on something that you buy at Walmart. Then had just a couple more attic finds. This St. Louis hat with the tag sold for $42 with free shipping. This actually was a bulk buy. Oh, it's starting to rain on me. That was that sold for $12 with free shipping, and this Coleman sold for $20 plus shipping. Then last but not least, for the eBay sales, we had a couple of lots of kind of junky kids DS games. This one is a lot of 20 and it sold for $30 with free shipping. This is a lot of like, I don't know, 10 or 12, and it sold for $17 with free shipping. And then this is that broken Joy-Con that I said I was going to sell for parts, and that sold for $28 with free shipping. All right, and finally, here is all the games that sold on Amazon. I'm going to try desperately to remember what the prices on them were. We got Blitz the League, that sold for like $32. Mario Party 5, one of the best ones on this table, sold for, get this, $107. It's nice and complete, very good condition. I was blown away when I saw that sale. I think I originally priced it at like $89. So $107 is awesome. Scooby-Doo Mystery Mayhem, I think, sold for $28. Sonic Heroes for $20. Farming Simulator, also for $20. I do not get it. I don't get it. Call of Duty World War II sold for, what did it sell for? $15. Dragon Ball Z also sold for like $16. Pokemon Leaf Green sold for $52, was sitting on that for longer than I expected. Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U, that was just in acceptable condition and sold for $20. Starfy was the loser of the day. He only sold for $10. Tomodachi Life, both my copies sold for $27 today. I've sold some before in like the $40 range, but that was around Christmas, so still not a bad game to look out for. Metroid Zero Mission, did not realize that this was a valuable game. Haven't sold it before, but this sold for $55. We had a purple Game Boy Color, sold for $52, I believe. Mario Galaxy 2 sold for $35. And the big winner of the day, this Super Mario Party European version with the Joy-Con. Pretty rare variation, and it's nice, new, complete in the box. This sold for $250. Must be a lot more rare than I originally anticipated, but I paid $50 for this, so that is an incredible flip. Well, team, I think I'm going to skip the packing time lapse and everything for the day. As you can see here, I've kind of got my work cut out for me. I've got this big IKEA bag that is still full of other trade stuff that I got the other week that I haven't gone through. This tote is full of Wii's and games that I've got to get listed, along with all of the stuff that I just showed you. So I've got my work cut out for me. But thank you guys, as always, so much for watching. If you got any value from any of this, I'd really appreciate if you subscribed. Drop me a like if you want to be a bro. And other than that, thank you guys, as always, for watching. And I will catch you on the flip.